Hey folks. So today's Monday. I just did a weekly reading yesterday and I already am back for more. All day today I just was like craving to specifically do a live, which I hadn't done. I have not done. I'm also putting on a little Palo Santos. I love it. Just get it all in here. I'm like, I don't really want to put it on my skin because, like, on my face. Because I just have really sensitive skin. But, yeah, I can't do a live. I have to, like, get it set up and it takes 24 hours. So that's fine.
It's
Solves
6
that.
o'clock.
We're just going to make a video. I got my sage burning. I already kind of cleansed my energy. The cards are definitely good. I've been cleansing them more often than I ever have ever since like starting to do the weekly readings. I kind of like to just cleanse it right before we start just to clear out the energy. But yeah, I don't have any specific message. I just was kind of called to come here and do a little reading. So we're going to do it. And I guess we're going to use this deck. So I don't know what the story is going to be. Or not what it's going to be, but what Spirit has to say. Let me just set my intention really quickly. Okay, so I just want to connect with my team, my spirit guides, calling in all of the benevolent guides that have my highest good as well as everybody who is listening highest good. Sorry, I started just like praying inside my head and you can't see me, so but basically yes, has everybody's highest good. Any spirits, guides, the energy that does not have the highest good in their heart and their intentions, you may exit now. The window is there, it's open, you leave now. Thank you, amen. Archangel Michael, we out here. Okay, so let's go for it. That was like a really funny, I'm still shuffling. That was a funny prayer. I'm like, I want to shuffle back here so you can kind of see it. It's like, I don't know. I always wonder, like, people that show their face versus show their hands versus some people do both. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Okay, so Spirit. What are all the messages that you have for us? For the conscious collective. Ugh, that Palo Santo smells so good. So I'm also gonna do something kind of weird too. Not weird, but I'm kind of feeling called to do like, which you're not even gonna be able to see it, but kind of this like 3-card thing here. Okay, so at the top, bottom of the deck, ooh, love it, Judgment. Okay. Ooh, the Devil, Queen of Cups, ooh, Queen of Pentacles, and the Emperor. And we're gonna put the Devil here, on the top here. Okay, so, I wish you guys could see it all, but I can't. It's not gonna work. So that's the past, present, 2 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. We've got 5 of Pentacles. I knew that was coming out. 5 of Cups is probably going to come out too. But 5 of Pentacles, Justice, Ace of Wands, and Ten of Swords. Bottom of the deck for future, Knight of Wands. You've got the Six of Pentacles, Temperance, Nine of Wands, and Two of Pentacles. Oh, it's a 5. Weird. Okay. So, let me pull this up just a little bit. So, in the past, let me just sit with this for a second here. Okay, so we're gonna just start out with the Devil right away. So, I mean, I'm gonna like specifically look at the depictions on this card, but it's interesting because it looks like, you know, a bunch of people are partying on the bottom. They're all in shackles. They're being shackled by lust, addiction. I mean, I'm kind of just assuming here because they're drinking and they're having sex, or, you know, they're giving in to the sex, and the devil's smoking, and he's got his belly out, you know, and he's gluttonous, whatever. Okay, so that's an interesting imagery. I mean, it's not interesting. It makes sense. It's the devil. But I always kind of looked at the devil as not necessarily a bad card. It's a state of mind. I mean, it's not a state of mind, but I feel like the devil is there to remind you of your power. And what it is like, I feel like the devil card is just you in a powerless state, but you have the power to take back your power. You just have to believe that you do. And then you're able to. For instance, the prayer that I just did, I just set an intention, like, if there's any energies that are not here for our highest good, like, leave. And, you know, what's crazy is that that's really all it takes. But if you don't say it, then it's not going to happen. If you're just, you know, okay with it, like, oh yeah, there's probably energies here, you know, I'm not going to address them. No, I'm going to address you. But, you know, if you're not going to do that, then yeah, of course, like, you're going to be shackled. So I don't know. There's something in the past. This is definitely not going to be a short reading. We'll say that now. But there's definitely in the past something that had you bound and shackled. And I honestly couldn't really tell you what that is, and for everybody it's going to be slightly different. But whatever it was, it definitely, I feel like, had to do with money, emotions, yeah, your feelings, your emotions. It's like I'm almost getting this feeling of not trusting yourself, not trusting your emotions, not trusting in the work that you're putting out there, not trusting that you are the captain of your ship. And it's like I'm almost getting this feeling of like maybe you were mistaking like the love, the heart, the soul, the work, the hard work, the dedication. Maybe you were mistaking that for something negative, or someone around you is trying to make you feel that way. The biggest, I mean, of course, because they're queens. You have two queens. So this could be, so it's the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. This could be you. This could be somebody else. The Queen of Cups, this is water. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. nurturing energy, emotional. I mean, look, she's got her cup, it's filled. That right there, the smile on her face. She's on the beach. Yeah, she's just serene, which is nice. And it seems like she's manifesting waters, emotions. She seems happy. Queen of Pentacles. This is Earth, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. This is, I mean, all the queens have like their nurturing bit, right? Each of them are going to nurture just a little bit differently. Like being nurtured from a fire queen is going to be a little bit different than a water queen. And being nurtured from an earth queen is going to be different than an air queen, right? So, but basically the Queen of Pentacles, I mean, she's holding a pentacle, she's holding her money, she's putting in the hard work, she's looking around at, well, she's looking at this little guy right next to her. I don't know. He looks like he's got like he's a bunny, but he's got some pretty intense antlers. But yeah, she's connected with the nature around her, the earth, the mountains, and she's doing pretty well for herself. And then you have the Emperor. What I really like, so coming out, actually all three of these have like these weird little horn things. But what I really like is the devil, the ram, whatever that thing is. And then he's also right here. So that's why I was kind of saying, like, it might be a perception. Well, I was saying that I came out with that right from the jump. Like, it's in your head. It's like you're mistaking something that's, like, good for something that's bad, or you feel bound. Maybe you feel bound to work, to a person, to a place, to a thing. And I mean, maybe it is bad. And maybe like the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor are people around you outside of yourself that you might look up to or that could help you kind of get through this. But ultimately, one thing that you need to know is that whenever you see something in someone else, like whether you like it or not, right? But let's just say if you like it, you know, you're only noticing that and appreciating that. It's because you're noticing and appreciating that light in someone else because you have that light in you. And so basically, and that's like what I want this channel to be about, is empowering people, like remembering who you are, taking back your power. I think that's like a big part of the work that needs to be done in this world right now, is that a lot of people are walking around and they feel powerless. And you're just not. We're just not. And it grinds my gears to walk around and see that, and also to feel that in my own life, right? Like, I'm only human. I'm not walking around over here like I'm so powerful. Like, I give my power away all the time to things that aren't worthy, aren't long term, yeah. So, you know, no judgment, no judgment, but, and honestly, I'm kind of like, I don't know what these symbols mean. And that right there. But judgment, I mean, that's basically kind of what I'm feeling with this one, is that either like you are judging yourself harshly or not harshly. Either you are judging yourself or someone else is making you feel like you're not good enough, or making you feel bound to person, place, thing, idea. Um, or, this was all in the past too. So let's just keep going because I really don't know. Okay, and then presently. So, maybe there was this walking away from something that didn't serve us. And once you decided to reclaim your power, you felt left out in the cold. I mean, you had to make some sacrifices and walk away from some things, and you felt left out. You feel left out in the cold currently. And then you've got the Two of Swords, where it's almost like, this is about indecision, not making a decision, or not being able to make a decision. But yeah, it's like you unbound yourself, and then now you feel left out in the cold. And, maybe there's a part of you that wants justice, right? I can't help this Judgment and this Justice and the Six of Pentacles all have the scales. They've all got the scales. Judgment, scale, Heart and Feather. Justice, scale, Sword of Truth, Valor. And then she's also Six of Pentacles, scale. She's holding the scale. Six of Pentacles is all about working in a community, well, whether that's like work or just like living or whatever, but it's about community, it's about other people, it's about sharing your wealth, I guess, as well, like sharing your gifts, going out into a collective space and kind of like bringing what you have to the table. And that's actually really cool. So this is future. I kind of started diving down into the future, but this is under the Five of Pentacles. So we moved to the Six. So somewhere in the future, along the way, I'm jumping the gun, I know, Spirit. So anyways, just so you know, somewhere in the future along the way, the Five of Pentacles is going to turn into the Six of Pentacles, and you're not going to be feeling like that way about it. But right now, you took your power back, and maybe, you were waiting for the script to flip, right? And like things are kind of slow, and it's like, wow, I did all this work, and I sat down, I took a look at myself and my addictions and my unhealthy attachments, and I made a change, and I took back my power, and now I just felt left out in the cold because that whole community that I used to hang out with, people, place, thing that I used to do, I don't have it anymore. And it's like, I want justice. Like, I want a replacer. I want something to replace that void. I just don't know what. And I mean, there's definitely going to be something that's going to get you excited. Something that's going to get you excited. And it's going to be your own passionate idea. It's going to be, I feel like it's going to be something from within. It's going to be something from within, and you're going to, this is like pretty intense imagery right here, Ten of Swords, but it's at the end, and it's under the Emperor, and the Emperor to me was about reclaiming your power. And the Ten of Swords is all about, well, the tens are about completion. Swords, mental energy. I mean, it's Ten of Swords is like mental turmoil, right? If you will. She's being stabbed in the back 10 times. But Swords is all about the mental, right? It's not pentacles. She's not physically being stabbed in the back with 10 swords. It's all her thoughts. And honestly, it's like, this really just goes to show you how powerful your thoughts are. It's like you can almost feel yourself being stabbed in the back 10 times, whether that's by someone else or by yourself. That's how strong and powerful our thoughts are. But yeah, you're gonna have something's gonna happen. You want justice. Justice is coming, and it's gonna be an internal shift. I feel like, or it's gonna be an internal idea that you're gonna just go off, and you're gonna look at all of that a little bit differently. I feel like the present day, or maybe that's where we are right now. That's where we're getting right now. It's like we're starting to not feel so left out in the cold anymore after we walked away from something that was kind of depleting us and taking away our power. We don't feel like that anymore. You have a shift in perspective, and you get out of that energy. I mean, you complete it. There's something that's being like healed. Mm-hmm. There's something that's going to happen that's going to make you see things in a different light, which is really good. But yeah, I mean, presently, I definitely want to say there's this indecision, lack of decision, lack of clarity. I think I like that better. There's a lack of clarity that you have right now that's making it hard for you to kind of see the good in taking back your power. Which, like, you just need to know that, like, that's always good. It's always good. It's always good to take back your power. I mean, it's good to, like, never give it up, but we're human and we live in a super fast-paced world, instant gratification. It's really hard to, like, not give away your power sometimes, In the future, you've got the Six of Pentacles, so, either you're going to find a community where you're going to be able to, I feel almost like whatever it is that you walked away from is going to come back, right? Like, you felt left out in the cold, but it's like, I'm not feeling like it was by anybody. It's like almost this all feels so self-imposed. It's like I don't feel like there was someone outside of yourself that was like binding you. I feel like it was yourself, and you decided to take back your power and walk away, and then you felt left in the cold. It's like that part of you, your shadow self, was like, oh, well, now there's nothing to do on a Friday night if we can't go out and get trashed. I'm kidding. But just like for an example, something like that. So, but I almost feel like there's going to be something, either like a new community that you enter into. Yeah. So you're going to get this like new bright perspective, revelation, and you're going to want to run with it. You're going to want to take that stick and run with it. And you're going to want to like share whatever that passionate, fiery information is with someone. And that's maybe what the Six of Pentacles is. It's like it's with this community. You find a community, or you're able to share with the past community. I'm not 100% sure. But you're going to be able to share, how you were able to kind of flip the script and turn the glass, make the glass half full instead of half empty is kind of the vibe I'm getting. And also, speaking of, I keep feeling like temperance. Okay, so then the next, so many things are happening. I keep noticing like the crowns. You have the two queens. And then in this temperance card, temperance is all about balance, right? So 1 foot in, 1 foot out. 1 foot in, the water symbolizing emotions, intuition. 1 foot out on land is symbolizing, the physicality, like the actual, like real physical things that you can see right in front of you, right? So I was talking about half glass full, or half glass half full, glass half empty. and she's pouring, or they are pouring, blue water into the fire cup. And I don't know, so the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, it's like the blue and the orange. I don't know, but basically you're gonna be able to share something with a group, some bright idea, something fun, something exciting. And there's definitely going to be, whatever this is that we're sharing, it's a new beginning. I really honestly can't, I'm not really picking up on anything that it has to do with, but other than the fact that it's community. This feels like a community thing. Like friend group, work group, family dynamic. Definitely something with others for sure. But also, yeah. So anyways, you're going to be able to share this information, and you're going to be guided, with spirit. There's going to be some guidance, and you're going to get that clarity. You're going to have it. I think okay, so the next card is the Nine of Wands, and I definitely want to clarify that. This is not a fun card. It's like the nightmare card, basically. Yes, oh my gosh. Okay, and this is what I wanted to say, was that, so there's this, you have the Knight of Wands, then the Nine of Wands, and then the reading ends with the Two of Pentacles, which is balance, right? So kind of when I saw this Nine of Wands, I was thinking, for me, it's about patience, right? Because this Knight of Wands, he gets this bright, fun idea, this new beginning, whatever, and then he's just so passionately excited that he rushes off. The devil's in the details, right? So, whatever this idea is, just make sure that you're patient. Make sure that you're being patient and you are planning and you're setting perfect intentions, because a lot is going to be going on. I mean, you have the Two of Pentacles, so you're going to be juggling. You're going to be juggling a lot. And just like the Knight of Wands in itself, it's like this fast-paced moving energy. Just make sure that you're really putting practical thought to the passionate beginning, right? And the Knight of Wands can kind of also, the Knights in general, but the Knight of Wands can be, I think it's more so the Knight of Swords, but the Knight of Wands kind of has that player vibe energy, right? If we're going to talk about it like that. So it's kind of flipping that script. I keep saying flipping the script, but flipping that of maybe it's not some player coming towards you. If it's you, it's just oh my gosh, I got so excited, so passionate. I didn't really think about all the details, and then I submitted the proposal, and then I'm sitting here rereading it later that night, holy cow, whoa, I did not proofread that. I did not comb through it. You're already going to be balancing. Whether you take the time to comb through and plan or not, you're going to be balancing. A lot's happening. It's not something, you can't just sit and focus on one thing forever. You have things going on all day, every day. Work, friends, family, community. You got wisdom and truth, which is basically in spiritual strength. The heart chakra. Wisdom and truth is basically the high priestess and the Hierophant. So there's definitely a lot of guidance that you're going to be receiving, and as you're patiently planning and taking this new fun idea and running with it, definitely consult with spirit for the details and stuff. You're not going to be able to answer all the questions right away, but definitely spirit's there at least help you feel your way through it, right? Like you can bounce ideas off of spirit, and if something doesn't make you feel good, you know, it might be as simple as that. If you're not ready to trash it right away as soon as you don't feel good, just sit with it, pray about it, talk out loud about it. You know, but there is like a new beginning coming after we've released something. We've looked in the mirror. We've looked in the mirror. We saw our heart. We saw our deepest desires. Yes, and we saw that like where we are right now, like it's probably not gonna lead us to where all that yummy good stuff inside that we want. It's like you look around at your environment and you're like, ooh. Not gonna get there. Chilling down here. Probably not. And so there was this decision to move on, and to move on and take back your power. And your higher self's like, it never left, but like it did. I mean, it's like a song reference kind of, but I mean, it, you know, yeah, you've always had your power, but you definitely forgot. And that was like how I started out the whole reading. It's all like a mindset. It's all a mindset of like, for me, the devil, you know, it's not like, oh, bound and shackled. It's like, I'm allowing myself to be bound and shackled. Like mentally, I'm allowing it because I've given away my power. And in most situations, like you are able to gain your, like, you know, in most general everyday situations, you're able to claim your power back. You're able to claim it. And it's just like, you know, sometimes ego gets in the way, other people, pride, you know, obstacles and challenges. But I feel like this is more so that present day of like, once you've made that decision to move on and you actually did move on, and then you're kind of waiting for like this new reality to start, and it's like it still hasn't, there's still things, it's like, you know, but it's like, you know, you're never going to stop growing, you're never going to stop, you know, it's not like you're going to do this one thing and then everything's going to be perfect. It's like it's never going to stop. As long as you're alive. And you've got disruption, which is basically the tower. And we're going to get, I kind of want to just see what this tower is about. You got the Ten of Swords again. Yeah. Something, I feel like you definitely made this choice. I don't think that Temperance 3 times. Temperance, and Temperance. Let's see if I can hold them all. Temperance, guys. Spirit is here. Spirit is watching. Spirit is balancing out the situation, and I think that's, you know, what I was going to say is the tower is typically about upheaval. It doesn't have to be totally bad. It can also be good, you know, and that's like the funny thing about this card, disruption, and like the way the picture and everything, it's like intense kind of, but it's like it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's like you were called, naturally you came to this point where you were ready. Maybe not 100%, but like for the most part, you were ready to release it, to put down the bags, put down the burden. And you know, Spirit's like, we got you, we see you. It's time for something to end. A way of being, thinking, seeing, perceiving, like it's time for that to end. It's time for you to reclaim your power. It's time for you, to do what feels good, to be around people that really genuinely make you feel good, not just for, the social fun and, this is what everybody else is doing. But it's like, no, genuinely being around people that bring that out of you, like that light, that love, that just like that feel good heart chakra, like that trust, and that make you feel like you're in your power. Not that make you feel like you're in your power, but that remind you of the power that you hold, right? And that they don't try to take your power, is basically what I'm saying. And they give you, the space to kind of think about, that Ace of Wands that came out earlier. It's like whatever this new passionate fun idea is, it's like we don't want to disrupt, we don't want to distract. Like those are the type, we want those people that don't want to disrupt and don't want to distract, and they want to pour into our cup, right? And vice versa. The scales need to be balanced, and that's what I'm feeling is like maybe there were some connections, communities that we're a part of where like, relationships with one or many, like that it wasn't balanced. And finally you came to a point where you're ready to balance the scales and take back your power, because like it was not balanced in your favor, like, or it was unbalanced and not in your favor, if that makes sense. So, whoa. All right, we're gonna get an oracle, and I kind of want to like show the mess of cards that we have. Oh yeah. Woo. Woo. Oh yeah. Definitely feel like that totally has to do with this reading. It's a number 5. And when I first started it, I said, like, I saw the 5 of Cups. I love the spirit. I saw the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles. You had the 5 of Swords, which 5s are about challenges. So let's look at this messy table so you can kind of see it. But okay, orphaned. We're going to read out of the book, but I know from what I can remember, this card is basically about, it's touching on the 5 of Pentacles. Oh, community. Yeah. It's touching on the 5 of Pentacles, and it's about feeling like you don't belong somewhere and you're not a part of a group and nobody wants you. It's not funny. The way I just said it was funny, but like it's not funny. But yeah, it's feeling left out in the cold. It's feeling like you can't find your place, right? And that's like another thing about the 6 of Cups is like I was saying before, it was like finding your community that you feel a part of. And like that genuinely want you to be a part of it. And then you have Go the Distance, which is, this is all about the, gosh, like what is that, a leopard? Panther? Basically like he's going, they can go, they can run and run and run for a long time, long distance. They have a lot of reserves. They have a lot of strength and power and fortitude, and so do you. And so do you. So it's like you're gonna get through this. This one wanted to come out earlier. Here and now. Yeah, the yang. orphaned. A sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. We were all meant to have connections with other people, within our families, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. I don't know who, I love this. I mostly love this because, I feel like I'm talking to a certain group of people, and it's not necessarily something that I'm going through. And it's just really interesting because I felt called to do this reading today, and I had no idea, what or where, and I feel this hard. I feel like everything ebbs and flows, but I definitely can resonate with this as well, like in the past more so. And even, now I think I'm getting more comfortable within myself, and I've always been kind of an oddball, so anyways. But it's I know that feeling of wanting to be a part of the group and feeling like you're always on the outside looking in, but you're in, right? Whether that's due to just, it's not your people, it's not your tribe, it's just not fulfilling to your soul, or whether that's as you're trying to force something to fit that doesn't, in order to feel a part of something, right? The list goes on. It could be so many different things, but basically, it's okay. And that's where that temperance is coming in. It's because I truly feel like whoever this is that I'm talking to, people, whatever, it's you made the choice to walk away. You made the choice to take back your power. The tower didn't have to happen. You made the decision. You wanted it, right? Endurance, strength, the long haul. To bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in your current experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude. I'm pretty sure I said all that. To carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. What is yours will never be withheld from you. And in this way, I can totally understand keeping the faith, right? Holding the vision, getting up every day and doing the damn thing, and believing and trusting and knowing that what it is, well, that might not be the best card, but it's part of it. What it is that you're looking for. It's the Six of Cups. It's emotional connection. I think it might be a soulmate card or something like that, but it's yeah. It's knowing that all the things that you want are, the feeling, right? The feeling of this community that you want, it's out there. You can create it. You can be a part of it. And, it might take some time to get there. And because there is a little bit of healing to be done, right? It's Five of Pentacles, you have this new bright idea, you get excited, it's I'm just excited now. I'm going to go guns blazing. It's eventually the dust is going to settle, and yes, it's so exciting, But there's definitely maybe going to be a little bit of like, oh, well, reminder of those feelings, which is like totally normal. And even if you have healed, it's like you'll still remember it's a part of you. But it's like definitely making sure to properly heal those pains and not just find a distraction, something exciting, even if it is for your highest good and running towards it. Because like ultimately you're going to circle back. Okay, and then the here and now, last card, then we're done with the reading. Being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. Everything happens in the now. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. Yeah. And one thing I'm thinking right now is like, it's not about being alone, right? Because I was going to say sometimes you have to kind of walk the lone path, but it's not about being alone. But it's kind of making me think like not all company is good company, right? Where it's like you can be surrounded by a bunch of people and it's like it's not ideal, And that's kind of how I feel about this. That's kind of how I feel about it. But, yeah, so it's like, we can walk the path. We can be a lone wolf, and you're never really alone, ever. Spirit is always with you. But it's like, maybe right now it's the time to kind of walk alone, figure out what it is that makes you happy, feel good. And we're taking that time right now to we're taking this space and this time and this rest and this quiet to kind of figure that out. And then, speak it into life. Yes, well, this was great. It was super long, kind of sorry about that, but Spirit had some things that they wanted to say. I hope it resonated. Please, if you liked the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do some lives here eventually once I just made my YouTube account and everything, so I'm just getting into all of it. But if you want to, be notified for all that kind of good stuff when I do start doing it, don't forget to hit the bell, subscribe, give me a like, give me a thumbs up. If it sucked, give me a thumbs down. Leave a comment. I think I have comments on. I honestly don't know, but perfect timing. My phone's ringing. I will see you guys whenever, definitely next Sunday. So